to my YouTube channel. So today this is going to be the first video after second terminal exam, and we are going to take up a new lesson, that is lesson number 8, and this is going to be this lesson will be included in the third terminal exam, and altogether we will have 4 lessons for third terminal exam, and each lesson will be divided into 2 videos. So for each lesson 2 videos will be uploaded. So for lesson number 8 also, the lesson will be divided into 2 videos. So lesson number 8 is going to be the first lesson for a third terminal exam, or when you look at the third terminal syllabus you will find it it contains 4 lessons and it starts from lesson number 8. So the name of the lesson is A Treat for Mosquitoes, lesson number 8. So let's see, A Treat for Mosquitoes. So it starts with a blood test. Rajat is back at school today. He had been absent for many days. How are you now? Asked Artie. I am all right, Rajat replied softly. Masi lesson ni maming se A Treat for Mosquitoes haibni aduga masi blood test hairiba topic sina hawi, and starts with the conversation between Rajat and Artie, and they talk about absence of Rajat. Excuse me. He had been absent for many days. So just Kiran, you must have played a lot while you were at home. So the reason for absence were not mentioned in the starting. So just Kiran, she just said you must be playing at home. So Rajat replied, who wants to play when you have fever? On top of it, I had to take a bit of medicine. I even had a blood test. So he was absent because he was not feeling well, and because of that he took a blood test also. Just Kiran, a blood test, why? It must have been very painful. Rajat, actually when the needle pricked my finger, it felt like an ant bite. They took 2 to 3 drops of blood and sent it for testing. That's how we came to know that I had malaria. So the blood test was for malaria, since she was not feeling well. So Nancy, but you get malaria when a mosquito bites you. So the story is about a conversation among students. So excuse me, but you get malaria when a mosquito bites you. So malaria is caused by malaria disease carrying mosquito. So yeah, Rajat, yes, but we find out by the blood test. Just kidding, there are a lot of mosquitoes in my house these days, but I did not get malaria. Nancy, who says that every mosquito bite causes malaria? Kang chi ba khudingi malaria nani habidi leite. Malaria spreads only by the disease carrying mosquitoes. RT, all mosquitoes look the same to me. Rajat, there must be some difference. So the bottom line is malaria is caused by or malaria is spread by mosquitoes, and it is spread by disease carrying mosquitoes. So next page, some pictures are also given. Taking the blood on the glass slide for test. Malaria spreads through female mosquitoes anopheles. So it is mentioned here regarding the disease carrying mosquito. Then Dr. Mariam looking at the blood slide under the microscope. So with the help of microscope, everything can be seen bigger. So Nancy, did they take the blood from the place where the mosquito had bitten you? So Nancy, by curiosity or ꯈꯪꯅꯤꯡꯕꯒꯤ ꯍꯥꯏꯇꯥꯔꯦꯀꯣ, ꯃꯥꯅ ꯍꯪꯉꯤꯁꯤ ꯉꯁꯥꯏ ꯀꯥꯡ ꯆꯤꯛꯏꯕ ꯃꯐꯝꯗꯨꯗꯒꯤ ꯏꯗꯨ ꯂꯧꯕ꯭ꯔꯥ ꯁꯤꯅꯤ. Rajana kahe, of course not. How do I know when and where the mosquito bit me? So Nancy, but how could they find out that you had malaria by your blood test? Do you think they could see something in the blood? So by blood test, malaria is confirmed by blood test, and now of course obviously there is something in the blood which confirms excuse me, that the blood has something different and which causes malaria. So find out. Some questions are given in your textbook. Do you know anyone? Hey, loku zimarmakta. Loki dang thung begini ko. Sorry for the disturbance. So, do you know anyone who has had malaria? So it's page number 66. It's a question. So you have to check whether someone around you or someone living near you did they have did they suffer from malaria. So if the answer is yes, then how did they find out that they had malaria? Obviously, blood test will be the confirmation for malaria. So they must have, or they must have they must have done blood test for malaria. What problems did they have on having malaria? Malaria excuse me. Malaria nata ragadi fever with shivering, and person will feel weak. Fever doguni ko, fever masa sagat pa, shivering nick pa ko. Malaria tauta nata ragadi. So what other disease can be caused by mosquito bites? So other disease includes dengue, then chikungunya. So many diseases are there which are spread by mosquitoes. In which season is malaria more common? Why do you think this happens? Sorry, excuse me. In which season is malaria more common? Why do you think this happens? So malaria is common during a rainy season, because during rainy season they can breed. So rainy season is favorable condition for breathing. So during rainy season, malaria are more common. So what do you do in your house to protect yourself from mosquitoes? Also find out from your friends about what they do. Excuse me. So we use mosquito repellents. Mosquito repellents ngasagi mai da chinjalaga ngasagi mahi unisu lai ko adagi coil unisu lai mai tharaga mai khuduna mosquito repellents ohenba ko Godzilla gan sin abdun yumda ko. Then mosquito nets. Excuse me. Mosquito nets akogi dang da ko kangan khali sini ko mosquito nets. Mosquito nets sini ko kangan khali dang da kang jik tanaba. Then wear mesh on windows. Koi thonok da wear mesh hapa jali hapa kangsang tanaba. Then removing stagnant water. Acha ising tunga leiba sing ko batin gumbata natraga koi sina da tire gumba yalaga thamba nong taslaga du ising tungjala leiba dagi drain phunjalakpa drain sing to kadabani ko ising si lengdana leita ragadi kangi breathing jam thui moi di se leng do ising sidani breathing tok du si ko masi ko sing tok piba. So next, look at the report of blood test given here. Which words in the report help us to know that the person has malaria? So one report is given in your textbook, page number 69, and from this report we have to check what are the lines or what are the points given in the report which helps us to identify that the patient or that the person is suffering from malaria. It is pathologist ki soyami or pathologist in a pathologist taragadi blood test gumba tawba dumba doctor ni ko. masidi am siang ire malarial parasite found in blood sample and पैथोलॉजी की सिग्नेचर तौरीसी है मथक्ता हिंदी दसु इरे को खून में मलेरिया के जीवाणु पाए गए हैं से malarial parasite found in blood sample and it is written clearly in the report. So medicine for malaria. So from early times the dried and powdered bark of cinchona bark tadi u asoba ko na u achobagi akoi akangba magi makhok to the stem du akangba mapang pak yaw du kelak podu du bark koi chinkona hairiba pambi sigi bark si masi kanghalaga takhairaga powder si sijine habni ko was used to make a medicine for malaria. Earlier people used to boil the bark, so before converting into medicine or tablet it was boiled. The bark, the powder, the dried and powder bark of chinkona was boiled, and the liquid part is used as a medicine. Now tablets are made from this. Hujis hariba tablets isu masigi dried powder bag of chinkona dagini madu hana madu boil torga mahi tha madu tablet na sai habi wani ko in order to make it more convenient. Next is anemia. What's that? Malaria ke loigre anemia la hai. Anemia. So RT, I also had to get a blood test done, but they took a syringe full of blood, the blood test, so that I had anemia. So when we were discussing about malaria, during blood test in order to confirm malaria, only 2 to 3 drops of blood were required. But in case of anemia, it is RT has mentioned about taking out a syringe full of blood in order to test anemia. So Rajat, what is that? RT, the doctor said that there is less hemoglobin or iron in the blood. So anemia means there is less hemoglobin in our blood or iron in our blood. So the function of hemoglobin is to carry oxygen. Oxygen carrying capacity of the blood is called hemoglobin, and it is because of the presence of hemoglobin that our blood is red in color. So the function of hemoglobin is very important in our blood. It carries the oxygen which is required by our body. So there is a range of hemoglobin for every person. So it should not be less than the normal range. So if it is less than normal range, then the term anemia will come. The doctor gave some medicines to give me strength. He also said that I should eat jaggery, amla, and more green leafy vegetables, so iron, because these have iron. So our body requires minerals and vitamins. As you are in class 5, you must be familiar with the nutrients that are required by our body. So carbohydrates, namely carbohydrates, proteins, fats, and vitamins and minerals. So these are the nutrients which are required by our body for normal growth and normal functioning of our body. So minerals is also one of the nutrients which is required by our body. So iron comes under a mineral, and it helps in the formation of hemoglobin. So deficiency of iron will lead to less hemoglobin and resulting the term anemia. So because these have iron, so how can there be iron in our blood? So there are something about this in a newspaper yesterday. So then you add iron or what? So we are not talking about the iron which is used to make materials or things. Rajat's laughing mano high. So RT is silly. This is not the iron used to make these keys. So whatever iron material that we have, maybe keys, maybe toys. So we are not talking about that iron. This one is different. So I don't know exactly what it was. After I ate a lot of vegetables and whatever the doctor had said, my hemoglobin went up. So whatever supplement or the diets provided by the doctor, obviously it must be rich in iron, which helps in the formation of hemoglobin. And finally the test or the result will show the result of hemoglobin will be within the range. So anemia common in the Delhi school, page number 70. Page number 70. Anemia common in Delhi school, 17 November 2007. Thousands of children studying in the municipal corporation schools in Delhi suffer from anemia. This is affecting both their physical as well as mental health. Due to anemia, children do not grow well and their energy levels are low. This also affects their ability to study properly. So it's talking about an incident which took place in 17 November 2007. Thousands of children studying municipal corporation because of lack of nutrients, they are suffering from anemia, which is because of less hemoglobin, and the effect of less hemoglobin is it affects both physical as well as mental health, and children do not grow well, and it also affects their study. Now health checkups are being done in schools and health cards are being made for all the children. Anemic children are also being given iron tablets. Excuse me. So clinical pathology report. So two reports are given in your textbook, page number 70. The reports are for the same person, RT, which is 12 years old, and she is a female and she is suffering from anemia. That means less hemoglobin. So when you look at the first report, you will find that the hemoglobin is 8 gram per dl and a normal range is 12 to 16. So it should be between 12 to 16. 8 means it is less. And after 3 months, one more report adjacent to that. So the first one is is a report on 20 January, February, March, April, May, June, and the second one is January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September. June, July, August, September. So after 3 months. The second one is report after 3 months. So after eating, maybe she must be taking iron tablets or vegetables or food rich in iron. So there is an increase in hemoglobin. It moves from 8 to 10.5. So there is an increase of 2.5, which is around 30%. And still, it is not within the range, but slowly it is improving. So look at RT's blood report and find out the minimum required hemoglobin. So when you look at the report, you will find that the result, so addition to the result of RT, the normal range is also provided, which should be between 12 to 16 gram per dl. So the normal range minimum is 12 gram per dl, and when we talk about the range, then it should be between 12 to 16. How much did RT's hemoglobin go up and how long did it take for that? So it goes up to, it increases by 2.5 gram per dl. In the starting it was 8, and after 3 months it increases to 10.5. That means there is an increase of 2.5 gram per dl. There is around 30%, and it took 3 months to increase 2.5 gram per dl. So what does the newspaper report say about the problem caused by anemia? So newspaper anemia common in Delhi school. It affects the physical. It affects both physical as well as mental health. And due to anemia, children do not grow well, and their energy levels are also very low. And above all, it also affects the ability to study properly. So have you or anyone in your family ever needed to get a blood test? Why, when, and why? You or anyone in your family hai nasamak nataga yumgi family me hekta mama baba kaka dada cheche mi am hekta blood test taw yaw obviously yaramani ko. When and why? Karam matamda tawgi karigi tawribano hai madu tawribadu sugar gi oibi ai ko cholesterol gi OBI, then hemoglobin gi OBI, the LFT, KFT, kidney gi, liver gi, mayam legre test adu ki makhal mayam ama legre madu gi manung da am hek to ram bi adu no hang duisi ko whatever you are going to ask to yourself or to your family member about the blood test. See kai no kai manum gi to gi blood test no haipet hang biro according to what is given in your textbook. So what was found out of the blood test to the report ama sung shoy the piram gani ko blood test to gi de ko is the blood test of me ama le center ko diagnostic center hai tare ko blood test of gi manam ji hanga kan da khangni kai gi to gi no na to gi ba han sing du da hang biu ko sugar gi to bra cholesterol gi to bra and then kidney gi, liver gi, the bacterial infection gi, whatever may be the reason, what was found out by the blood test. So after blood test, obviously he or she must be getting the report and what was found out by the blood test, and the report will, when you look at the report, you will find the results are given in the report and you will know the reason behind doing blood test. Have you had a health checkup in your school? What did the doctor tell you? School da health checkup to yaograbra karigumba yaurgadi doctor na kai hai bani ko. So with this we will come so I'll wind up and I'll conclude today's video. In the starting itself I've already mentioned that each lesson will be divided into 2 videos. Altogether we have 4 lessons for third terminal exam, so total 8 videos will be uploaded, most probably 8 videos, almost 8 videos. The number of videos may increase, but minimum 8 videos will be uploaded for third terminal exam. And since lesson number 8 is also one of the lesson which you are going to have for the third terminal exam, so for lesson number 8 also 2 videos will be uploaded for lesson number 8. So for today, in today's video we will do up to page number 70 and the remaining will be uploaded in the next video. So thank you for watching, and I repeat it again, this is the first video of the second terminal exam, and from this video onwards I'll be uploading lessons which we are going to have for third terminal exam. So please look at the third terminal syllabus. It's 8, 9, 10 and 11. I repeat, lesson number 8, 9, 10 and 11. So thank you for watching.